I sat in on the one this year, and it's even worse. And I'm thinking, holy smoke, what is going on here? You know, 3 years ago they were told, hey, you need to be working on this on a daily basis to get yourselves out of the financial distress that you're in. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And there doesn't seem to be any real motivation. I mean, there's some talk about making things better, but I don't see it getting any better. So I think there better be somebody to sit down and really put their foot down and do something about it. Or I think it's probably already completely out of hand, but somebody with some good financial sense needs to step in and do something about the situation that the city's in. Thanks.
Mayor, City Council, I have a comment that it wasn't able to put anything on the agenda. Can I do so under public comment? Sure, go ahead. Okay, I just wanted to say that City Council, it's been almost a year, but we started working on the kiosk, and the kiosk has finally arrived, and we're really excited about the kiosk. I did put something in the paper and on Facebook. It will be moving forward, but it's in our lobby. We're going to be installing it, and we're really excited that we're going to be able to hopefully partner with folks. It will be a 24-hour way for you to pay your water bill, your tickets, and hopefully your FedEx bill, your Phelps bill. So we're really excited about that. It's in the lobby. It's like reverse ATM. And also we'll be working with municipal court. So just want to let you know it's here, and we'll have our little wonderful hats when it gets up and live. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Madam Mayor, I have a comment. Can you hear us? Turner, I know you. I don't know if she can hear us or not. Miss. Okay, Mr. Madam Mayor, I'm going to say something, if I may. Go ahead. Good evening. My name is Gregory Morales Cantu, City Council, Place 5. These are hard times. COVID-19 has hurt us all in different ways. Through this pain, the city continues to move forward. Completion on some streets and continuing to work on others while using monies that are specifically for this project are 1/4 penny from sales tax. Our goal is to fix all the streets. Continuing to work with FEDC for the growth of our city, bringing new jobs. Continuing to support and appreciate our planning and zoning, hike and bike, 4A, 4B committees. Citizens who volunteer their time to help us. We all work for the betterment of our city. The council's concern is to continue moving forward and helping those in need. Thank you. And Ms. Turner, can I say something about one of the comments?
Yes, go ahead.
If that gentleman that spoke before, he knows that yes or no? I'm sorry?
She wasn't in the comments.
Can I return a comment from one of the citizens?
We cannot answer, I'm sorry, that is our,
I won't say anything then.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
That's fine.
We can, basically what you can answer, the only thing you can say is that it can be addressed at a future meeting, but we cannot respond directly.
Thank you. Any other citizens' comments tonight?
There are none, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. If no others, then moving on to old business number 1A, consideration and action to approve the meeting minutes for the regular council meeting on September the 10th of 2020. Council members, I believe you have a copy.
Madam Mayor, I move to approve minutes for the regular council meeting on September the 10th, 2020.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor Do I have a second?
I second.
Seconded. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. I believe that that's a number of 4-0. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct, Mayor.
Thank you. Moving on to item 2A, Floresville beautification. I know Councilmember Ortiz has had a death in the family. Will somebody else be speaking on his behalf, or will we put this on until he comes back?
To the next agenda, Mayor. We'll place it on the next agenda.
Okay, we will go ahead and put this on the next agenda. Okay, moving on to item 2B, our financials. We do have our financial director. So I'm going to turn this over to Cindy.
Good evening. If you look in your packets, I did provide, it's just revenue and expenses through August 31st, 2020. It is broken out by fund. So first page there is the water fund. So through August 31st, right now we are in the black. $662,672.47. Just means what we budgeted for in revenues and what our expenses are. We are within budget. For the water wastewater fund, 222. Again, we are within budget. We currently are in the black, $465,125. For the general fund, which is the fund that we are audited on and what our rating is based off of, currently the general fund is in the black, $745,851. Again, this is through August 2020. For the refuse fund, that is our garbage. We are currently in the red there of $45,703.89. Again, this has a lot to do with the increase that we have not been passing on to the customer that the city has been paying on their behalf. For the cemetery fund, we are currently over budget, almost $7,000. This is in terms, we did budget about $29,000 for plot sales, but we've only actually sold close to $10,000. So that's the reason for that. For the hotel motel fund, we are currently in the black, $53,879. For street maintenance tax, we are over budget, $54,176. This is due to the 2019 street maintenance program that we did on, I think there was 3 streets. It happened like December, January. I'm going to skip over some of the ones that only got activity. For our recreational fee fund, this is the sports park, the baseball, football fields. We are currently over budget, $5,383.49. We did adjust the budget for the next coming year. There was, in the past, there was a $50,000 transfer in from FEDC, but now they actually are paying the maintenance for the mowing and chemicals. They're paying those directly. And then for 4A, we are currently over budget. On the report, it does show $396,000. We have not done our hotel motel tax transfer, which is $94,000, so that will bring it down to about $302,000. For FEDC, they are currently within budget, $22,573. And I'm going to move on actually now to our revenues as what we've collected so far year to date. For our current ad valorem tax, which is the property taxes, through, I ran this as of the 15th of September. We have collected $1,416,843. Our budget, we did budget $1.4 million. We're within about $12,000 of that budget that we should be collecting. Our delinquent ad valorem tax, we've collected so far $44,000. We look to collect about another $9,000. We have exceeded what we had budgeted for that. We had only budgeted $35,000. And then for the city sales tax, year to date, we've collected $3,189,291. We are over what we had budgeted by $94,000. And then I did do a snapshot of our current balances at Wells Fargo Bank. Currently, for full cash, we do have a balance of $1 million, $27,800.03. There are some entries that need to be made for grant money that we did receive, and those entries are about $400,000. So full cash will increase about $400,000. Do you have any questions?
Ms. Cindy, can you repeat how much we have in the bank for the people that don't know that that budget that we have was from 2018, 2019? What we have right now?
In cold cash right now is $1,027,800.03.
Thank you. Thank you very much. You're doing an excellent job. And so this won't come out till next year, right?
Correct. This is for, right. So the fiscal year will end on the 30th. I will be closing out the year in October. Some of these, there are some entries that I will be correcting based off of last year's audit. I have been going through and doing reconciling and making sure that we do not have the same type of accounting errors. So that's what I'll be doing all in October. So then I can present you final numbers. They'll be unaudited, but they'll be final numbers.
And thank you, Ms. Turner, for keeping up with all this. I know it's been a hard last couple of years, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Have just want to say, everybody, we've received the hard copy of the audit.
It is this year.
I passed it.
Yes, so everybody should have your own copies that we're having online.
So can you also tell us what black means when we're in the black?
It just means that the revenue, what we budgeted, so revenue, and you take out your expenses, that we still have revenue in the account that we can spend. So our revenues have not exceeded our expenses.
So you're doing a great job in keeping our budget in place. Thank you very much.
Cindy, I have a question.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for, well, first, before I ask my question, thank you so much for going through and double checking, catching those accounting errors. I know you said you're going to work on some of those entries, but you specifically mentioned 400,000 approximately in grant entries. Are those going to be done by October?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Any other comments or questions by the council members for Ms. Cindy? If not, we will move on to new business. Item 3A, consideration and action to approve the agreement to use the City of Floresville facility between the City of Floresville and the Floresville Wildcats Youth Football League. Council Member Jimenez, I'll let you take the floor.
Yes. So, we had a couple members of the Wildcats reach out to a few council members with some questions about the agreement. And previously, when we had looked over our agreement, we had talked about starting in July. So we decided we needed to come forward and meet again and make sure that the agreement we put forward is actually what is going, it pertains to the timelines and different things like that. And so we met with the representatives of the Wildcats, cleared up a few questions, clarified some things for them. Mr. Bettis is here, so he can talk about that further if we need to, but just so council knows, I went ahead and made time to meet with the representatives and Mr. Bettis and Ms. Turner and our attorney as well to hammer out a few of those details. Mr. Bettis, I'll let you have the floor.
Council, so yeah, when we talked to the president, some of the board members, we did have some issues going forward with the concessions, but everything's cleared up. They were wanting us to make sure everything was just ready to go. They were trying to save the field for the first game, basically. So the only thing we really changed on the contract was the price. The reason why is because we didn't get to do the agreement that we talked about, which was the 2,500 or the 3,200, I believe it was. The 2,500 if we did the Jamboree tournament, which they didn't get to have. They didn't get to have due to other issues, so we took that off the agreement, and they agreed to pay just the 2,500. And what we agreed on is still do the exchange for the equipment in the painting machine, so the city can have and take ownership of that, and they will basically get an exchange for that for free this year on their contract. Yeah.
Is a member of the Wildcats in attendance this evening?
Yes, we have the president and then the treasurer. Yes.
Are there any questions that they might have for the council or any comments?
None at this time.
I don't have any comments.
All right. I'll move to approve the agreement to your city, the city of Floresville, between the city of Floresville and Floresville Wildcats.
Okay, I put a motion on the floor, but I just want to clarify, did we have any, if there was no comments that wanted to be made?
No, they didn't have no comments.
Yeah, they don't. But I have one additional comment. I just wanted to say, I really thank the Wildcats for, coming forward and asking questions and seeking clarification. It was a very good meeting, very productive, and I'm very excited about them using our fields. A lot of these babies, are our own babies that we see here. A lot of my classmates I went to school with, their babies are going to play, and so, that's the whole reason why we went forward and to build this sports complex is for our children. I don't have my own, but I look at all these as my own, and that's what I would want for them as well. So, I thank them very much, and I'm very excited for what the future has for us.
Mayor, may I make a comment? I think it was a question, so once we have this agreement signed, they will start playing on the new field?
Yes, so they have signed the agreement already. They already signed, they're ready to go. So we started helping move their equipment up here. So we're looking Monday for sure. I think we'll have. Yeah, we're having trouble with their really big connects that they have. So
The practice will no longer happen on the
it will no longer happen on the bottom fields. It'll be all behind the event center.
Is there a motion?
Any other comment by council members? If
No,
not,
I also want to thank them for having faith in us, that we're for, that's what that sports complex was for the future of our children.
So I believe October 3rd is their first home game. Just to let everybody know. Yes, that's their first home game on those fields, so it's going to be pretty exciting.
any other comments before I go forward on the motion? Okay, I have a motion on the floor to accept the agreement between the city of Floresville and the Wildcats. Do I have a second?
I second, and I'm very honored because my boss's son is one of the Wildcat players. It's clear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I do have a motion and I could barely hear it, but do I have a second as well?
You do have a second, Mayor.
I second.
Okay, any citizens' comments?
There are none, Mayor.
If none, okay, thank you. Then all those in favor, please raise your right hand. All those against, I believe it's 4-0. Thank you, council members, and thank you, Wildcats. Moving on to item 3B, consideration and action to approve the proclamation 2020-0006, the Domestic Violence Awareness and Prevention Month, the Guadalupe Valley Family Violence Shelter. Do we have a representative from them in attendance?
We do, Mayor. We have Hannah with us here this evening.